energy and climate activism are shaping up to be major election issues. And tonight, the Prime Minister is under pressure over his broken promise on power bills. As Australians face an increase in their power bills of up to $200 come July, Albanese today was mumbling and stumbling over his broken promise at the last election. Just 3 years ago, he pledged 97 times that your power bills would be cheaper under his leadership. You've seen this before, but it's just extraordinary to watch when we know that it was a commitment he never should have made because he was never going to deliver on it, and he knew it.
Reducing power prices by $275.
Reducing power prices by $275.
By 2025, $275 a year.
$275 a year.
We'll get power prices down by $275 a year.
$275 for the average house, lower in 2025 than today.
So it wasn't a one-off remark. The Prime Minister made the promise 97 times. But he's never apologised to Australians for this. If he had owned up to it, perhaps voters wouldn't be so angry and hold it against him. Instead, it's come back to bite him, with new polling today showing that more than half of voters blame the Albanese government's energy policies for soaring household power bills. They also believe the country is heading in the wrong direction. Redbridge pollster Kosamara said voters believe the Albanese government's renewable policies had pushed their energy costs through the roof.
It's pretty clear to us now that not just via this particular poll, but a lot of work that we've done in this space, that Australians are losing confidence in that energy transition. People now have a very strong view that it's going to be much more expensive, more unstable and unpredictable.
That's what voters are telling pollsters. Well, here was the Prime Minister being questioned about the issue today.
Can you guarantee that energy prices will come down or at least remain stable under a second-term Albanese government?
And instead of a guarantee, Albanese continued with his theme of blaming global factors for rising power bills, rather than acknowledging that perhaps it's his own minister, Chris Bowen's irresponsible policies.
Well, we know that we have international impact of global inflation has had an impact. The Russian invasion of Ukraine had an impact on energy prices.
He isn't taking any responsibility for any issue at all, and he's turning this into a fine art. Yet the situation with rising power bills is so severe that it's now being described as energy poverty, where some Australians just can't afford to use electricity. And even the progressive Labor state of Victoria is reportedly considering extending the life of coal-fired power stations, although this has been met with denials today. And the Victorian government claims the Yallourn power station will still close in 2028. As you know, Labor Premier in New South Wales, Chris Minns, has already had to extend the life cycle of Eraring, the coal-fired power station in this state. And this is because Chris Bowen and ideologues like him at a state level rushed the transition to renewables before the infrastructure was in place, before it was ready. Yet instead of focusing on power bills, Chris Bowen seems to be spending more and more of his time making social media videos.
So you think wind turbines can't be recycled? This surfboard is made out of a wind turbine.
Videos where he blames everyone but himself for high power bills. He even blamed Australians for just getting the wrong energy deal.
Did you know that 81% of Australians are paying more for electricity than they need to because they're not on the best plan available? That's the data from the ACCC. Our government is making it easier for you to switch providers. This website will help you find the best possible deal for somebody with your energy use.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Come on, this is nonsense. Chris Bowen already lost Bill Shorten, the former Labor leader, the 2019 election because of his highly unpopular, high taxing policies when he was Shadow Treasurer at the time. And given today's latest polling, well, Chris Bowen could play a starring role in losing Albanese support too, because of the genuine anger at the cost of energy, a cost that Albanese can't pretend he didn't promise to bring down. It's one of many broken promises he can't escape from. He'd be better off simply apologising, but don't hold your breath for that.